Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. I'm in the desert today. Just a little change of scenery. And I am on LinkedIn. If you would like to ask any questions for tomorrow's class, we are going to be. Um, I better stop swinging. I'm going to swing. We are going to be talking about gluten free. And it's going to be a really different class because I'm going to be updating everyone on the advances that I have seen so far in gluten free. And all right, let's see if we have any questions on LinkedIn. No questions. That's okay. So basically, I've heard feedback that BAKERpedia is probably the only place that is talking about gluten free technology. And the reason is because we believe that gluten free has a place in the bakery portfolio for the future. Okay. And we believe that all these technologies that we're seeing that is just at the edge of innovation is going to really change the marketplace, not for gluten free, but for a lot of other new product development activities as well, like keto and vegan. So that's why I take a special interest in understanding what's the technology out there and what I can bring to you to update you on the different things that are happening. Okay, so that's why I look forward to the seminar class that we're going to have tomorrow because um, we have over 100 signups. So you can tell this is going to be a very well attended seminar because everybody are interested in providing that gluten-free option. Okay. One thing you need to understand is if you're a traditional commercial baker and you're thinking about this innovation, don't overthink it. Understand and be really sympathetic to the population that really needs us. Okay. So basically, uh, who needs this? Okay, it's not very simple. Okay, that's no really black or white science data uh, telling us who needs it. Okay, but in tomorrow's seminar, I'll be breaking it into three categories: the people who are suffering from celiac disease, the people who are suffering from a wheat allergy, and the people who are suffering from non-celiac gluten sensitivity. So yes, research papers have already focused on this particular three categories of people who are really seeking the gluten-free solutions. In my point of view, they are not going away tomorrow. In fact, I don't think they are ever going to go away. So this is why it's important for you to understand what's out there in the horizon that you can use today to really innovate for the gluten-free segment. Um, and if you ask me personally on how I see the bakery segment for the future, if you are a commercial baker, an industrial baker, and you're still in business in 5, 10 years, you are going to have a portfolio of gluten-free, keto, vegan, and artisan breads. Okay, that's what I see for the future. And if you come to my class tomorrow, I'll be talking about the gluten free technologies that are going to be an important part of that future. So I hope you take it seriously to use whatever information I share in the class to really innovate yourselves. Okay? So, let's see. Before I start, because I'm on the road traveling, I don't have multiple screens like I used to. I'm going to share my screen with you on what I'm going to cover tomorrow. So giving you a little glimpse of it, okay? So, okay, so here goes. Too many screens open on my screen. All right, so if you can see, we have a gluten-free paper that's available at our academy right now. It's gluten-free problem solving. So go there right now to download this paper, sponsored by Serenda, and get it in your hands, print it, or on your desktop for you to look at for tomorrow's seminar. Okay, so we are going to use the information, some of the information on this paper for tomorrow's seminar. Go download it right now at bakerpedia.com/academy. All right, so next I want to share with you what I have seen so far. And let's talk about bubbles in wheat bread. Okay, so as many of you have heard me lecture on the difference between gluten wheat breads and gluten-free breads, are actually the structure and function of the glutenin and gliadin. In bubbles of wheat bread, you are going to get the gas bubbles stuck in between protein strands. Okay, so as the bubble grows, the protein strands expands with it, and that's what causes the volume in the wheat bread, right? So understanding that in gluten-free systems, these strands are completely missing. All right, so what do? What does it look like in a gluten-free bread? Because let me share that screen with you. Okay, here. Let's see. Sorry, I have to share my desktop with you. Okay, so this is what we created for a gluten-free bread schematics. Okay, this is what we postulate it looks like in gluten-free doughs. Because gluten-free doughs are actually held together by hydrophobic molecules like hydrocolloids, fibers, and damaged starches. Okay, so because they are the way they are hydrophilic and hydrophobic, they form mono and bilayers of cells that trap the air. And I will go into the mechanics of this tomorrow based on the recent researches that we have found. Okay, so this is really important in terms of getting a good volume in gluten-free bread. And how you preserve the shapes of this mono and bilayer of gas cells is really important. It's really going to be your secret to creating successful gluten-free products. Okay, so what's going to happen tomorrow? Let me share a little bit with you. Our research updates show that there is a huge balance between hydrophobic and hydrophilic bonds. And in those bonds, the researchers have really put an emphasis on reducing damaged starch. So why is damaged starch important? Damaged starch is important because it messes with your water absorption. And anything that messes with water absorption messes up the hydrophobic and hydrophilic ratio. Okay, so we will talk a little bit more about the effect of damaged starch, how to reduce it, and how to watch for it. Okay, proteases were also analyzed recently, and we are talking about specifically glutathione. Okay, yes, it's the reducing effect on gluten. And you're like, well, there's no gluten in here. How would that affect us? Well, the updates will indicate how that's gonna affect your gluten-free dough. Okay. We've also see an increased activity with HPMC plus gluten glue sorry transglutaminase. Okay. And this has in fact, I feel, really changed things for gluten-free bakers. All right, so I will talk a little bit more about that tomorrow. Last but not least, in order to keep the bubbles in aqueous solution and not have them merge and create big bubbles that escape, you need stabilizers. What I put under this umbrella of stabilizers are hydrocolloids, fibers, pre-gel starches, and even emulsifiers. Okay, so some update on that as well tomorrow. Okay, so that's pretty much it. That's all that's on my desktop, and I hope I can do this. It's really hard to be on the mobile desktop when I'm doing a live stream, so excuse the mistakes. So I hope I shared some interesting points that I'm going to go in depth into tomorrow. We are also going to have Mark Floka and Chris from Christian from Arla to finish up our Q&A roundtable that we didn't manage to do so 2 weeks ago. Okay, so we just have a lot of questions to answer. And part of the reason why is because I believe that nobody else is doing this, and nobody else is really driving, the innovations and asking the questions on gluten-free innovations like BAKERpedia is. Okay, so I hope to see you tomorrow. It's not too late to sign up and ask questions then, okay? If you can't get to it today. All right, bakers, I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.